Hello, I'm Matt and welcome to my Deadpool review. Hell yeah! Now, Deadpool was a fun movie to watch. Best movie of the year so far. With all the little Easter eggs and fourth wall breaking. It was just fun. What can I say more? Like, through the opening shot, it was just a parody to Avengers Age of Ultron. The ending credits, how it was like statues, and then it was like moving around slowly. I parodied it with a car flipping over, and it was like moving around slowly. And it just had like funny little things. You know when you see a movie, it says starring somebody, somebody, somebody. But this one just said starring superhero, like douchebag, hot girl, evil British guy, and so on and so on. I also think it said old man somewhere. I think it was referring to Stan Lee. So we also got some reference to Green Lantern, which Ryan Reynolds was in. That movie's horrible. That was like one of the worst DC movies ever. And we got like a magazine cover of Ryan Reynolds' Sexiest Man Alive. I think there was more, but I can't name them off the top of my head. I also love how this movie jumps from present to past. Now, the Man of Steel did this, and it didn't feel quite right. You'll hear more about it in my Man of Steel review once Batman v Superman comes along. But until then, you can wait. With this movie, it does feel right. It does, like, it fits in with the movie. It starts out him telling a story a little bit from the cab ride, which I thought was, like, only for the Christmas trailer. But it surprised me. I was very surprised by that. It was talking to the cab driver and stuff like that. But then it goes to that one scene where we've seen from the trailer a lot, where he kills all those guys, and he only had 12 bullets. He's like, oh crap, I only have 12 bullets. Or did he say crap? He might have said the F word, but I don't say the F word. Yeah, the action in that movie was very good. I was tuned in already. So, well, now let's talk about our characters. Our main man, Deadpool, first, or his real name, Wade Wilson. Now, Wade Wilson is an ex-mercenary. He still does the mercenary thing, but for the less fortunate, or smaller people. Stuff without any killing, like, he helps this girl get her annoying boyfriend off her back. Yeah, something like that, or a stalker, I don't know. I don't remember that much from that part. We actually do hear that he went to tropical places and, like, killed people in there, referring to X-Men's origins to Wolverine, which he did do all that stuff. He traveled to tropical places and, like, kill people with Wolverine. And a rapper from Black Eyed Peas was in that movie. He goes to his usual hangout, which is a bar, and this bar has, like, a game called the Deadpool game. I think it's like when who can survive a bar fight, whatever. So his friend Weasel put him into Deadpool, expecting him to die one day. Oh, it's also a betting game too, so yeah. So he expects him to die one day, and he's gonna win money. Strange friendship, isn't it? So while he's in the bar, he actually meets this woman named Vanessa, and they exchange who has the worst life. And they bond over that. They go on a little date. I forget where they go. It's like an arcade, probably Chuck E. Cheese. I don't know. And he gets like Voltron rings, or yeah, where do you get Voltron rings at Chuck E. Cheese? Or no? There's that one restaurant that's like Chuck E. Cheese for adults. I don't know what it's called. I forget what it's called. You might win there because why would you get Voltron rings at Chuck E. Cheese? That stuff is from the 80s. It felt uncomfortable when they had that weird sex montage that they had. I don't watch that kind of stuff at all. But I know from hearing other things from other people, like what they do, like doggy style or whatever, and other things I don't want to like say. I found it very weird that the last thing that they had, he was bent over and she was like giving him what, like I know those things, but I don't want, it's very uncomfortable to say them. Their life is very strange. But very funny too, in a way. So Wade decides to give Vanessa an engagement ring. They've been together for a while, they certainly have sex a lot. So and he gives her a ring pop instead of her actual engagement ring. That fits their life because they're kind of weird and childish. And during that part she's like, where'd you have that? And he had like no pants on and no underwear on. He might have kept it in his ass. That was very funny. I guess you can keep a ring in your butt or something like that. I was also thinking like, is that a nod to how Wolverine was like naked when he went to the past? Was that a nod to that? Because you saw Hugh Jackman's huge ass, and you saw Ryan Reynolds' ass too in this one. It's very weird. And after he reposed, he falls down and finds out that he has cancer. Then there's no like super cure for cancer, and you could survive it, but it's gonna take a while. He doesn't want to do all that stuff like cutting your hair or whatever, and going to treatments, some weird treatments like B treatments or whatever. Oh, we also get to see like a Deadpool Wolverine Origins figure. And I think it's like his most prized possession. And I think at that point we see like Hugh Jackman's Sexiest Man Alive magazine too. Or was he referring to Hugh Jackman's magazine as my most precious thing alive instead of figure? Like, who wants that dumbass figure anyway? I certainly don't. I want a Deadpool figure. A real Deadpool figure. Not that crappy version. So when Wade's at his bar, and Weasel says there's a man waiting for you, and this man offers Wade to help cure your cancer, and you can be a superhero if you do that. At first, Wade doesn't want want to do it because it's just like, it's dumb. It's too shake weighty. I can't believe I just did that. But then he thought about Vanessa and how she would be kind of sad and lonely that her boyfriend died. So he decides to do it. He's gonna be a superhero with superpowers and get cured. He doesn't tell her that he's leaving. Think about probably surprising her. And then we get some more nods to Green Lantern, like, don't you make the super suit green. So then we get introduced to the guy that gives him the powers, Ajax, or I like to call him Francis. He is all happy to be a hero and whatever. And then Francis tells him that we're not turning you into a hero, we're turning you into a super weapon. So then Francis gives him like these trials of like pain and misery, like making him try and get the superpowers, which usually if it was the comics, which I know that would probably be the Deadpool if it was the comics. This is Weapon X, but it doesn't say that it's Weapon X. I do know that part, that he gets his powers from Weapon X. But it was never mentioned in the movie. So it could be Weapon X. We do see a lot of other things, like not that much things. We do see a person with spikes who was also in the trailer, but I think, did we see any more people? I don't know. I don't think we did actually. So he's suffering through all these trials and then he finally gets the powers and then he like has all that crap on his face with the, I think in the comics the cancer transferred to his face, whatever, but it's his healing factor like slowed it down. Then he can't die from the cancer. So Wade is pissed off at all this that he did, like through all the torture and the way he looks now. So he ends up trying to escape. So when like this one girl that always hits him, Angel Dust, hits him on the head, like, and then she had a match in her mouth, and then Wade somehow, like, when she, like, did that to him, managed to get it out of her mouth, and then that's how he escapes. So he ignites it from, like, pressing it against the leather from his wrist, and that's keeping it down, and then the place explodes, and then him and Francis fight for a while. So he escapes, and then he goes to his usual bar, and he meets up with Weasel, and he shows what Francis did to him. Then this is where we get the talk between them. Weasel making fun of him, like, you look like a testicle with teeth, and I think there was more, I can't remember. I can only remember the ones from his trailers, but yeah. We also get, like, mention of, like, then we get to, like, nods to Marvel movies now. Spider-Man, I look like a regular actor star paid. And yeah, that was fun. Here, like, I'm glad that this movie is doing that, like, instead of, like, not keeping to the X-Men stuff, which is owned by Fox. I think we hear, like, Blade, too, at one point. Talking to Weasel about, like, what should I do, like, how should I get this, like, maybe Francis is the one that can probably cure me. So this is where he becomes Deadpool, like, this is where he gets the name because of the Deadpool, from the Deadpool game. But we think of names, at first he says Scaredevil, and then he says Deadpool, and then he says Captain Deadpool. Scaredevil is a nod to Daredevil, which is in the Marvel Universe, and Captain America, which is also in the Marvel Universe. But then we get to the fight with the bridge, and well, now Deadpool trying to track down Francis, who like, find all his, like, minions around the world, whatever. Now, at one point, like, at the beginning, he had, like, a white suit, not like a white suit, it's more like, butter and, like, a ski mask. And I think that was a nod to how, like, one of the Deadpool uniforms is, like, white. I think that's in the Ultimate Universe. And then, like, he finds out that you can get bloodstains on white, so he decides to go with red. And then we have, like, a fast forward scene, like, remember, it was, like, present day, then past, present day, then past, like, get to that part on the bridge. So when he captures Francis, he has him, like, in a store right here, and then, like, Colossus and Megasonic Teenage Warhead come and try to, like, convince him to join the X-Men. Like, Colossus represents everything good about superheroes, and they should all be, like, follow the rules, be heroic, stuff like that. And Deadpool represents all negative things about being an anti-hero. Colossus, like, is telling Deadpool, like, be a good hero, not be like this. Become an X-Men, it'll make you feel good, help people. But Deadpool's like, I don't want to deal with your X-Men bullcrap. With great power comes great irresponsibility. Another Spider-Man Easter egg or reference, a reverse of what great power comes great responsibility. That was a little fun. When Deadpool's talking to them, Francis ends up escaping, and then Deadpool tries to fight Colossus, but it's freaking Colossus. Yeah, metal. He has metal skin. So like Deadpool ends up losing by him, and then Colossus is taken to the mansion to see the professor. And Deadpool's like, which one, McAvoy or Stewart? This timeline is so confusing. You're in 2016. McAvoy, his Xavier is in the 80s, 70s, and 60s. Stewart is in the present in 2016. You idiot. Dumbass Deadpool. Nah, he's great. And this is like when he goes like, ever seen the end of 27 Hours? Which I never saw the end. I kind of guessed it since Deadpool was like cutting off his arm. And then this is where he goes to that old blind lady, I forget her name, but like his hand actually grows back which I was surprised because I seen this one animated movie. It was Wolverine versus the Hulk, and Deadpool's in it. And I remember from that movie, Deadpool gets his arm cut off by Wolverine, and then Deadpool's arm doesn't grow back. He's trying to put his arm back together, and then he'll heal like that. I was surprised that it was like growing a hand. And that was something new. I wonder if Wolverine can probably do the same thing. He probably can, but I don't think he can grow back a head, because I think if you cut off any of those guys, his head won't grow back, and that's how you kill him. Next we get like Francis finding out a little bit about Wade Wilson's social life. He goes to the bar, he meets Weasel, and he sees a picture of Wade and Vanessa, and he asks him questions like, where can I find this person? Well, it's a bar with a bunch of people who are roughhouse and beat her up, and then they have guns, and he does tell. He already finds out on his own, but he does take the picture. So he kidnaps Vanessa, and then Weasel tells Wade about, this douchebag or his asshole kidnapped your girl. So Wade decides to rescue Vanessa, and he gets the X-Men again. He gets Colossus and Teenage Warhead again. This is where we get another wall joke. There's a bunch of school X-Men. I only see you two. It's like we only can afford 2 X-Men for this movie. We should talk about, a little bit more about when he was going to that old lady again. There's a fourth wall break within the fourth wall break. That was kind of unique. Oh, and he also refers to that blind lady. She's like my Robin to my Batman. Another DC reference. This movie. This is so funny. So when he doesn't go to rescue Vanessa, the final battle takes place during a freaking helicarrier. He's fighting Ajax or Francis on a freaking helicarrier. I noticed that, when I saw the engine, wait a minute, that's a helicarrier engine. I wanted Samuel L. Jackson to have, a cameo in this. Fox, what the hell are you doing stealing my shit? Something like that, at least. Yeah, they should have just gave him some money or whatever, or they'll probably do it for free, whatever, I don't know. I mean, I love the final fight between Deadpool and Ajax. Catches an axe, for love of God. Then his, swords break, whatever, at one point. He ran out of bullets again, or he forgot all this stuff. So, he defeats everybody. He defeats Ajax, and they all win, and he rescues Vanessa. He's gonna kill Francis. Colossus tries to, convince him, no, don't do it, be a hero, and whatever. Yeah. But we all know. Deadpool's Deadpool. He's not gonna do it the heroic way. He kills him, and then we see Colossus throw up. I wonder if he threw up metal. He's all body metal. I wonder what that happens. He was also eating cereal in his metal form. Can he transfer to his normal form, his human form, like he did in the previous movies for the X-Men? I think they replaced. Yeah, I think they replaced Colossus with another actor. It could have been this movie, whatever. We don't know what the timeline. The switches a lot of things. Deadpool becomes Deadpool in 2016, instead of the 80s, in the Wolverine Origins, whatever. Everything is canceled. All those other horrible movies are retcon. These are future past. Talks to Vanessa, and, she doesn't really care what he looks like. He looks like shit, and, you really have the worst life than me. Oh, I forgot to mention, he was actually afraid to, go back to Vanessa's how he looks because, he is kind of ugly. I guess, you know person. You're still gonna love them no matter what. I guess that's the saying of the movie. That's in a lot of movies, I think. It was kind of cheesy, but it worked with this movie. All good is good. It's Valentine's Day for this movie. Best Valentine's Day movie ever. Best love story ever. I would say the best superhero movie ever. There's a lot better, yeah, it could be the best superhero movie ever. Yeah, I would say it would be a B or B plus for me. Yeah, B plus. Around 88 probably, I don't know, 87. Yeah, this movie was great. Oh, and the end credits. I was expecting end credit scene, no doubt. And then Deadpool pulls off a Ferris Bueller. If you've ever seen that movie, it's when Bueller comes out what are you doing? The movie's over. And Deadpool does the same thing. You're expecting something for the next movie. We don't do that here. Then he leaves, but he comes back oh wait, there is a movie for the next movie. We're gonna have cable. And I thought, he joking, cable, for TV? We're looking for somebody. And hold on, that sounds familiar, because I'm not that familiar with a lot of comic books. And I hear, this is familiar, because I know a little bit about something from cartoons or whatever, things from people mentioning them, reviews or whatever. I watch Superhero Origins a lot for, Watch Mojo. I don't know if that's a good resource or whatever, but I don't know if I come across that or whatever, Cable Origin, whatever. But he's gonna have him from the next movie. I think, what I know, I do see, people's posts on Facebook, Cable's, probably from the future, because I see, a Back to the Future reference with him and Deadpool, a picture of that for, a comic or a panel. Man, I couldn't believe that they're gonna do a sequel to Deadpool, because they finally said that they're only gonna do one movie, fans, and look what happened. He just lied again. He said this movie was gonna be PG-13, but it ended up being rated R. One last thing. Stan Lee's cameo. I did not expect his cameo to be in a strip club. I mean, Stan Lee is married. What is he working at? I don't know. It is an alternate version of Stan Lee he works at. Sometimes he's working as a librarian. Sometimes he's old man on the news saying, why do we need Avengers? Sometimes he's a sergeant guy. Sometimes he's a security guard. I just got this one cameo with a little, DJ strip club. Why can't he just be some kind of old man saying shut up to Deadpool? This is a little complaint, but I still like Stan Lee cameo. He is still the man, the legend, the god of Marvel. But yeah, and man, this movie was great. See, Fox, don't mess with your movies. Don't mess with your movies. You get great movies. Look what you did for Fantastic Four. You mess with that and it didn't turn out that great. So you better not mess with the sequel because it made you a lot of money. Don't mess with it. So in this movie had 100 instant Easter eggs. I don't think I mentioned them all. I mentioned some. So if you want to hear an opinion about all this, click this idiot right here, Mr. Sunday Movies, and tell him I sent you. And also, look forward to my Ninja review in the future, sometime during next week. So, what do you think of Deadpool? Please give your comments down below, and give me a like, it really helps me out, and subscribe for more. I've been Matt1, and Explosion.